All right, awesome. It's qualifying. We're here at, there's my controller, at the Austrian Grand Prix. It is race one of this season 3 opening race of, I suppose, the race weekend. We had Formula Fridays on, well, obviously Fridays, but this is the true start. This is the main 3 tiers today. We have Tier 3 on track right now. We're watching Dan 990 SD taking that Renault around the circuit. I believe he's starting a qualifying lap right now. Let's get some telemetry and lap data up, just so we can see what these guys are doing a little bit better. And let's get you a little bit of a track map here. Now, yeah, so Dan on the medium tires might just be doing kind of an out lap here. Those tires are 2 laps old. But so far, looks like Mason Harris 2000, he's in the pits right now, but the 2 Ferraris up at the front already. Azen in third, also in the pit. I think they're just waiting for the rest of a bit more time to waste off the clock before they go back out there. We have quite a full grid today, 17 drivers, a couple of them missing the opener due to personal reasons, but didn't stop most of these guys from showing up. We're going to have a very interesting Grand Prix today. There's a lot of unknowns on this grid, guys who were racing in other tiers or did not race with us in the past. We have a couple of new drivers as well, but from what we've seen in these practice races and so far, you know, just playing around with them, it looks like it's going to be a pretty evenly matched grid. Let me just take a look here to open up this stream on my phone so I can see the comments. And there you go, we got Blinn saying good luck, Tier 3. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name because I feel like I would do it a great dishonor, but saying hello there. Thank you guys for tuning in. 6 people already in here. It's going to be a very interesting start to the season. This Austrian Grand Prix track is always putting on quite a bit of action. It's a great track for overtaking opportunities with 3 DRS zones and not a lot of corners in between, hard braking zones every time. So we should be able to see quite a bit of overtaking in this Grand Prix. Couple of drivers so far, looks like they have gone out on the mediums, just setting some out laps, or potentially trying to get themselves on a better strategy at the start of this race. Built-in Matt IRC, the driver moving up from the ISRL Academy, as well as, actually, I believe the other 2 are missing today due to personal reasons. But yeah, one of our drivers from the ISRL Academy who's being promoted, he's up into P7 right now. So good start to the qualifying for him. We're going to look at Catastrophic, who moved down from Tier 1, hoping to be a bit more competitive, win some races, get some podiums. And this is his first out lap in Tier 3. We're going to see how it goes. Let's ride on board with him. Let me just take the telemetry off here so that we're not overcrowded with information. And yeah, in the racing point, his teammate, the deck, same teammate as he had, and same car actually as he had in Tier 1, so he should be quite used to this machine. Obviously, we know a big change to the to how I guess the racing point philosophy this year, going with that Mercedes looking machine, and it does. I have to say, it has helped the handling of this car in the game. It's very stable now. Very much feels like you're driving a Mercedes. And I think he's going to slow down, and is he going to go for it here? Yes, he is. So setting a slow lap there. Doesn't look like he's committing to this one, so we're going to ride on board with some other drivers here. We see a big lockup from Synchro here in the Haas car. He's in P7 right now. One of the only Haas on the grid right now. So he's not going to have to worry about double stacking or his teammate getting in his way. But we're going to see where he can place that car. I've seen a lot of people struggle with it so far in this game. It kind of has a weird feel this year. And definitely have seen more spins in a Haas than I have in any other car in this game. So it's going to be interesting to see what Synchro can do. He's been racing with us for a while. He goes wide there, I think, and invalidates his lap. So he's going to have to try again. But yeah, it's a brand new game. There's a lot of unknowns to it, obviously. A lot of these guys, I know personally for me, later today, it's going to be my first, I guess, 50% league race on this racetrack. So a lot of guys maybe going to be a little bit unpredictable on the setups. Obviously, we know when a new game comes out, everybody's got to remake their setups. Sometimes it feels really, really good in practice, but then you hit the racetrack with it, and all of a sudden it's not as good as you thought it was. And, you know, you start the race really well, you got a ton of pace, and then after the first round of pit stops come up, you know, the mediums don't work, or suddenly you're not able to get tire temperature in the tire carcass, and you start losing grip. So with not a lot of practice time and not a lot of experience going into these setups here, it's going to be very interesting to see what some of these guys can do. And obviously some guys are a bit more experienced with this kind of thing. Guys who've been racing for a couple of years now, they've seen it before, this switch to no setups, and they might be able to pull through. So I would not be surprised to see some unexpected podium sitters today. Guys like Astunik have a solid chance here moving down from Tier 1. Joseph Cozy, of course, he's the highest ranked driver from last season who's still in here. He finished P4 last season, but P1 to P3 moved up to another tier. So as far as he's concerned, he is kind of defending, you know, a pseudo title, you know, best of the rest. So we're going to be looking at him to be near the front of this pack, definitely today. And the Ferrari's looking quite strong with Mason Harris and F1 Richie so far as well. Yeah, 6 minutes left to qualifying. We have 4 drivers who did not set a lap time yet. 2 of them on track right now. We're going to ride on board with Hartman Esports here in that Red Bull. Haven't seen him in the Red Bull yet. He's usually a Mercedes driver, but Joseph Cozy wanted to partner up with him, and he wanted to partner up with Joseph Cozy. So we're going to see the Red Bull boys potentially making a push for the title, maybe, with especially with the help of best of the rest last year, Joseph Cozy. He's going to get a lot of points. Oh, but Hartman goes very wide there, and I do think he's going to have to give that one another go. Invalidates his lap time. This is a bit of a cluster behind him there. So that Racing Point and a Ferrari kind of got tangled up. But the deck here doesn't want to invalidate. Oh, takes that corner very wide, but keeps it in the track, and the deck goes 13th fastest with a 106.6. But he is on that medium tire compound. So he's going to be, I mean, he is going to get free tire choice if he doesn't improve, but that is a good way to really set yourself up better for the race. Right now, Hartman Esports in 10th. He's the only one who is looking like he's going to start the race on the medium tire compound. Now let's see. I'm trying to commentate and also share this stream to as many pages as I can. Who's on track right now? Who's looking good to beat their lap? We got Catastrophic and Chilmo on an outlet. We haven't seen much of Chilmo yet. He's been in the garage for most of this session. But in that beautiful AlphaTauri livery, he begged and pleaded all off-season to get it with ISRL Esports, and I had to give in. These guys are going to be rocking that deep blue. It's going to be beautiful, I think. Down in P16th right now, and he's still in an out lap. He's going to start his hot lap right now. I do want to apologize just ahead of time if you hear wheel noises in the background. Fallen Monkeys is actually right next to me, so he's actually up on his time right now. I'm going to ride on board with him for the rest of this lap. Oh, he's going in the pits. But he was on a good lap here. Let's go back to Chilmo then. Don't know if I distracted him or if that lap was gone from the get-go, but let's see Chilmo. He's up into turn 2. Looking like he's on a decent pace so far. We're going to see where he stands coming into sector 2, or rather he's already coming into sector 3. Up into 38 seconds here going into turn 5. That's not a bad lap at all for Chilmo so far. And 45-1, I did see that briefly flash purple there. Very possible that Chum was quite on a good lap here. It's right on board with him as he goes through his final corners. You want to cut this one very tight. Oh, but he goes very wide there. That's going to cost him some time. Takes that one beautifully. Just ride the curb a little bit. We got a yellow flag up ahead. I don't think that's for anything too serious. Chilmo goes up into P9, so he gets himself into the top 10. Both AlphaTauris right now are in the top 10. Astunik in P4. I don't think Astunik is going to be coming out again. He's in a very good position, and he can save some soft tires for the end of the race. Vito says it's a very nice helmet, monkeys. Let's tune in here as he's heading out of the pits. We're going to try to sneak a little look at this helmet. Did not pay too much attention to that last time. So yeah, quite a few cars here. We see a Renault and a McLaren on their outlap. I believe that is Nadav, one of our only reserve drivers here. And yeah, that beautiful black and teal helmet on matches very nicely with the Mercedes car there. Let's tune into this McLaren of Nadav. Oh, he goes a little bit wide there. His lap's already invalidated though, so that's not going to matter too much. Dan as well heading over here into turn 4. And is he up on his time? Not sure. We're going to be able to tell soon, but it looks like he's taking that line very, very nicely. And going here into turn 5, where is he going to be? Don't want to go too wide there. Very easy to invalidate. And he's down on his time by 0.2. But yeah, it looks like he's abandoned that lap. No sense in ruining the tires if you're not going to, you know, go all the way through with it when it's a lost cause. You gotta sit back. Synchro with a big lock up there. It's not the first time we've seen him lock up on that turn. It's quite a tricky turn to take with no ABS, as you gotta really work that trail braking and get the car rotated around. Here we are here. He's going around. He's going to invalidate on the before last turn. It's so easy on this track. The track limits are so strict on you that I would not be surprised if we got a couple 103s taken away from us just from barely touching that curve. And I know from time trialing here all week that there's so many times where you don't lose you lose time or you don't gain any, and it still takes it away from you. I think Synchro's is going to go out on another lap because he set the fastest sector 1 here, so very good from him. I think Mason Harris is back on track. Yeah, he's going to try for one last lap. I don't know if he's already on it. I hope he is. Mivako over here, coming across the finish line. And it's going to be, I think that's his out lap, because he's starting it right now. There you go. Nice and wide. Don't take too much of that curve. It's going to bounce you up onto the outside, and you lose a lot of time on the acceleration. Looks like he handled that nicely, though. F1 Richie looking to beat his time as well. A lot of guys on track right now. I'm just going to try to tune in to whoever's about to cross the line. I believe Bilton Matt is about to start his lap. Yeah, there he goes. We're going to tune in with him in just a little bit. Chilmo as well on an out lap. And Mason Harris coming across to the start-finish line right now. He's down on his time by quite a bit. He's actually going to improve, I think. And yeah, 1:03.7 for Mason Harris. By far the fastest lap so far. He's got a good 0.2 clear of Bilton Matt, who should be putting a good challenge here. He is on his lap, and as the track warms up, you're going to be able to see the speed increase now. Mivako cuts that turn just a little bit too much. Invalidate his lap there. Oh, looks like there's a bit of racing going on here in the back. And Fallen Monkeys is going to cross the line. He's going to improve to P13. So 1:06.09. Looks like he might have gotten held up a little bit by a Renault. I saw those dots quite close on the map. Bilton Matt's going to be coming across the line right now. And yeah, he is up on his time, nearly 0.2. He might be able to catch up to Mason Harris here. And, oh no, he doesn't. He improves slightly, but he does not. Actually, no, he doesn't. He ties his best time. He had a 9.97. He got a 9.98, it shows on my screen. So, matches his best time. Does not improve to Mason Harris. Looks like he lost a little bit of time on that last corner. F1 Richie is going to be coming into the pits. And I believe that's it. Yeah, so that's the end of qualifying here. First qualifying session of the season. And it looks like we're going to have Mason Harris on the front row. Bilton Matt IRC on the front row as well in second place there. Mivako S. Tunic on the second row. And then Joseph Cozy in Synchro 5 and 6. And I think we're just waiting for some cars to get back into the pits here. And yeah, so just waiting for everybody. In our chat, Josh says, do you believe any two stoppers? Jared says no, one stop is the way to go. And then Fizz Morsink says reserves shouldn't be winning races. Reserves are not winning races. These guys are all full-time Tier 3 drivers. Actually, the only reserve is down into P15 right now. So no reserves going to be winning any races today. Milan Van Kopernol says Stuni. I believe he's trying to say something to Estunik. Oh, it's Gexy. There you go. Gexy, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. It's too European for me. Estunik is indeed... Oh, yeah, they are very close to Mivako. I didn't even realize that. Look at that. They're tied. Estunik and Mivako. And Joe Dimas, Hartman, if you guys could please retire from the session. What is going on? Tismorsink. There you go. Looks like getting a bit of a glitch here. I'm seeing some AI pop up on our list. And Joe Dimas and Hartman, guys, you guys got to retire, or else we're gonna have to redo this this lobby. There you go. All right, let's hope that AI that I saw pop up in that right-hand side, or that left-hand side, isn't actually going to be there in the race, but looks like it's going to work. Yeah, I don't know, Estunik. I saw them pop up there on the side, but they're not in my list, and obviously I did not turn the AI on, so... T-Ice is his rapper name. Yes, it is. Jordan. All right, but looks like it mostly got fixed here. I'm not sure what Streetcar was trying to tell us. But yeah, lots of people in the chat. We got 25 viewers right now. So thank you to everyone. 26. Thank you to everyone who's in this stream right now watching. I hope you guys are going to be here as well for Tier 2 and Tier 1 later today. Tier 2 starts in an hour and a half, and then Tier 1 starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. European time. That one is a full quali with 50% race with the best of the best. ISRL has to offer, not to say that these other tiers aren't filled with some very talented drivers. Just waiting for everybody to load in here. Looks like somebody's readied up already. Mason Harris, quick on the trigger. Everybody should be selecting their race strategy. And yeah, Evito AI will not be in the race. That's what I was hoping for. I don't remember turning it on. And it looks like it's going to be very sunny the entire race. Just a little bit of clouds. Everyone, I think, is going to be going for a one-stop soft to medium strategy here. And since Mason Harris hit ready up so early, we're going to get started on our formation lap. And, yeah, Astunik and Mivako, I cannot believe they tied there for P3. I guess Mivako must have set that lap just a little bit sooner. And gets to keep the position. Yeah, big names in this one, says Blinn Machine. Absolutely. Some big ISRL boys have been here for quite a while racing in this tier. It's going to be a very interesting tier. Of course, last season we saw absolutely amazing finish at the U.S. Grand Prix with Ivor Bryn Mike holding back G. Bugler all the way through the entire race. And G. Bugler just needed that third place to win the championship. And on the last lap, with 4 corners to go, Lewis gets a puncture in P2 and then runs out of gas. And it allows, of course, it was a very wet race, and it allows G. Bugler to manage to just barely win the title over Lorenzo. And that was quite the finale. And so here's to hoping that we're going to see some more finales like that. Now, the F1 Insights predicted pit stop strategy we're seeing right there. Lap 15 to 16 if you're going to be switching onto the mediums, and around lap 13 if you're going to be switching to the hards. I don't expect to see too many hards unless there's an early incident, possibly some front wing damage. But here's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Mivako and Stunik holding back the pack here, and it's going to let Bilton Matt and Mason Harris kind of let those tires cool down before turn 1 even gets there, before the rest of the pack gets there. We might see them with a slow start here, depending on how long it takes the rest of this grid to bunch up. Jer says, can we see the deck in first before turn 2? And Jer, I say no. Now, now, the grid is lining up here. We're about to get ready to officially launch ISRL Season 3. Quick sip of my drink before the start, and it's gonna be 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. No, it's not. They're going on for real right now. I see them on this other screen, and it's 5 lights, and they're out very short there, and it looks like a very good start from Mason Harris. Bilton Matt getting a very slow start. Mivako up into P2. Oh, who is that Renault? Going right through, that's Dan. Just completely missed his braking point into turn 1. I don't think he collected anybody there, but he's lucky to escape with no casualties. Looks like Stunik and Bilton Matt going side by side here into turn 3. You've got a yellow flag in sector 2 again. These guys are still battling though. Mason Harris kind of starting to already go into the distance, thinks about it as Stunik does, doesn't go for it. He's going to range right back behind the Williams. In the back here, looks like Catastrophic got an excellent start. He's up into P7. Chilmo as well. He's going to go down the inside. Very brave there from Chilmo, but he's actually keeping it going. They're going to be going almost side by side through here, and great. Oh, there's actually Nadav in the McLaren. He's gone into the gravel in the back. He's got to be careful rejoining. He's going to drop all the way down to the back and still going at it here. Look at this, Synchro and Chilmo. Chilmo was so busy battling with Catastrophic that he doesn't see Synchro catching up to him there. We got the 2 Mercedes right behind, waiting, but Fallen Monkeys has to be careful. Jamer Mario right behind him already. And then at the back, we're seeing these guys that got tangled up here a little bit at the start. Hartman and the Deck are going to be battling as well, and then Nadav going into the pits, or sorry, Joseph Cozy. Oh, bad start for him going into the pits. He might have been involved there when Dan went right through turn 1. I did see a little bit of contact. Oh, F1 Richie and Azen going side by side down the straight. Looks like F1 Richie able to get that Ferrari ahead. Azen is going to take his time to slow down. He's going to save his battery, I think, and keep going later. Synchro already with a 3-second time penalty. These strict track limits are very, very strict here. We're going to turn on the telemetry so we can see who's using their overtake. And let's open up this YouTube chat here. I think Synchro's getting quite close. Yeah, look at that. Synchro right in the middle of the Mercedes, side by side with J.O. Dimas, going into this last set of corners. And they're going to go, oh my goodness, look at this. Giving each other room, but not much. And Synchro gets ahead. And J.O. Dimas goes wide. That lets, I believe, oh no, that's Fallen Monkeys that goes wide. And lets... couple of guys through, but that's all right. He's going to get the DRS soon. It is enabled on this lap. And yeah, Dan, Blinn confirms Dan collected Joseph into turn 1. Vito says jump start for Mason Harris. I didn't see that, but yeah, it's true. He goes in the pits on this lap, drive through penalty, which is why he had such a good start there. Oh, and then Fallen Monkeys spins it in the back there. Gets away with just a bit of front wing damage. Lucky to keep that car in mostly one piece. And Chilmo and Catastrophic still side by side. These guys are not letting each other breathe, but Chilmo on that soft tire compound gets ahead of the Racing Point, and a wonderful little overtake there from Chilmo. Oh, look who's sideways in the back there. That's J.O. Dimas. Both Mercedes having a very tough start to the race so far. He lets all these other guys pass. Mason Harris is already back up into 10th after that drive-through, and he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch up to Bilton Matt and Mivako. Vaco. Astunik currently on a podium, so very well done for him, but look who's right behind him. F1 Richie. We're going to stay tuned on this battle for a little bit here. Battle for the podium. F1 Richie going to take the inside line there. I think Astunik knows he's not going to be able to fight it too long, just wants to get the better acceleration down the straight. That's what he does. Going to tuck in behind here. Gets the overtake button on. Yeah, he's got a lot more overtake than F1 Richie as well. Side by side into turn 4, so I'm going to be saying that a lot today. Look at the Ferrari getting a bit of a better acceleration here. He's going to have the inside line into this corner. Oh, but Astunik just throws it in. Cuts him off there a little bit, but he makes it stick. F1 Richie, good job avoiding that incident there. And Astunik keeps the third place, and Azen in the back there just trying to wait and see if he can make a move there. I think he's actually going to be going for it on F1 Richie very shortly. He should get DRS there, but so does F1 Richie. And Dan is in P9 after doing the deck. Is that going to be his saying now, Sweet Crown? We're going to be saying that all season 3, I think. But look at this, the nice little DRS train going on between these guys. Mason Harris, or sorry, not Mason Harris, but F1 Richie not tucking in behind Astunik. That was going to cost him a little bit of time here. But I think he's just letting his battery recharge. Astunik doing a wonderful job saving that ERS, not using a lot of overtake. And you can see, and Azen doing a wonderful job at saving behind them as well. Yeah, the new game does seem to be affecting a little bit with tire management because, yeah, like I was mentioning in the qualifying, Blin, a lot of these guys, they don't have a finely tuned setup yet. It's their first league race, it's their first 50% race, and this setup that they've got going on probably just got whipped up in the last day or two, and there's not a lot of, you know, proven track time behind it, so... we should be seeing some pretty unpredictable races. We got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That's Nadav again in the McLaren spinning out there. So he drops just a little bit further down the order. This is going to be good for Joseph Cozy and Monkeys. Both guys, I believe, on hard tires. Yeah, so they're going to be going all the way till the end if they can help it. And behind, these guys are still, all three of them together. Astunik doing a very good job at holding everybody back, saving his ERS. I don't know what his fuel situation is like, but oh, big moment there from F1 Richie. That's going to cost him down the straight. That's not a good angle. And yeah, the Ferrari not able to get past the AlphaTauri right here. Tommy in our chat says hello. Hello, Tommy. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to have you here. And I hope you're enjoying the race we have on so far. It's quite an interesting one. Bilton Matt's getting actually very close to Mavaku. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. But we got some battles going on for the podiums here. Lap 6 out of 36. So we're 1/6 of the way through this race. And Bilton Matt's going to get DRS here. Oh, look at how wide Mivako goes. And I believe, yeah, he does take a 3-second penalty for his troubles. And on top of that, he's going to let Bilton Matt just catch right up to him. And after that very bad start there, Bilton Matt already up into P1. So very good for him to recover those positions and take advantage of Mason Harris with his jump start. So Bilton Matt moves into the lead of the race, but it's not over yet. Mivako goes down the inside, but he thinks better of it. Tucks back in there. We got a back marker of Nadav in the way there. Hopefully he's not going to impede this battle too much as Astunik still trying to chase his way away from these guys. But in the back here, look, Catastrophic and Chilmo are still going at it. This is a battle that you cannot look away from. And now Mason Harris has something to say about it. Mason Harris is just going to wait in the back as these guys go yet again side by side through turn 4. And nobody ready to give up. Chilmo gets a good exit out of there. And Catastrophic has to tuck in behind there. Chilmo doing a very good job giving him room, but not costing himself too much time. And very, very gentlemanly driving from these two, but they can't be wasting too much time with each other because Mason Harris is right behind them. And yeah, look at that. Mason Harris gets past Catastrophic. Very nice move there. Going into the penultimate corner, turn 10. And now they're going to be side by side down the straight here. And is Catastrophic going to go down the inside? No, he's not going to be close enough for that. Mason Harris shuts the door. Further back up the front. Oh, looks like Nadav has retired from the session on track. That's going to be another penalty for him. because you can't do that. It's Stunik, F1 Richie, Azen, they're still fighting. Chill Mo, Mason Harris, and Catastrophic, they're still fighting. And right behind them, look at Jamer Mario trying to get involved as well. Good news for Joseph Cozy and for Fallen Monkeys, they've both pretty much closed that gap to the rest of the field now, where when everybody else does their pit stops, they're going to be getting fed right back into where they are right now. So getting themselves back into the race lap by lap there. Obviously they don't have to pit, so safety car at some point now would be absolutely crucial for these guys. But Chilmo now under pressure from more than just Catastrophic, and Mason Harris still trying to close in the gap, but Chilmo absolutely on fire today. He's got some great race pace and holding back quite a few cars there, and that AlphaTauri is just really working for him. Kind of dropping a little bit further back from the top 5. He's 10 seconds back from Azen, but he is absolutely doing a marvelous job defending that 6th place, trying to bring home the points for his debut in the Tier 3 AlphaTauri team. Mason Harris, though, after that initial charge through the field, I think he's starting to struggle a little bit with tire wear, because he's just not able to get past Chilmo. And then, as you can see right now, Chilmo, yeah, he's actually starting to pull away from Catastrophic and Jamer Mario, and doing a very good job at it too. Let's hope he's not churning through his tires. Yeah, Dan and Jer saying good debut from Nadav. I can see the sarcasm through the text. That message was written with sarcasm font in mind. Jamer Mario getting past Catastrophic ahead of turn 1 here. Catastrophic not willing to let it go here. It is a little bit normal to see Catastrophic starting to struggle here. He is on that medium tire. Oh, Mason Harris gets past Chilmo, I think. Yes, he does, with the DRS down the straight, using his overtake and getting past the AlphaTauri. But we kind of expected that. Mason Harris, after his drive-through penalty, looking to work his way back up into the podium places. F1 Richie up into P4. He's both AlphaTauri is doing a very great job defending against Ferraris this race, I must say. Stunik holding back F1 Richie for basically since the start of the race, and Chilmo, Mason Harris as well having a nice little battle there. Oh, and who is that? Is that, yeah, Stunik diving into the pits with Bilton Matt. So Bilton Matt, I believe, just trying to kind of prevent the undercut, and Stunik goes, you know what, that's a great idea, I'm going to do that too. And there he goes. He's going to be putting on the... Is he putting on the hards? He is putting on the hard compound tire. He's going to be going all the way till the end, that's for sure. Bilton Matt as well is, I think they're both on the hard compound tire. No, Bilton Matt actually going to go on the mediums. So Bilton Matt, he thinks he can make it to the end on this set. Remember the F1 Insights graphic at the start telling us you got about, I believe, lap 15 to 16 was the pitting point for the medium compound tire. So he might have been going just a little bit too early here, but it might pay off in the end if he can make those tires last all the way. Yeah, JR saying mediums are going to be cooked at the end. They absolutely are. Blinn, that's a good idea. Let's look at the position change from the start. Jamer Mario, our biggest gainer right now, up 10 places. Started P17, he's up into P7. Mivako going up 2 places. F1 Richie and Azen, 5 each. They've had a fantastic start, but with the pit stops, you know, in the midst of happening right now, that's Stunik should be up there as well. So we can't look at all of these graphics super accurately, but as you can see, this basically the top half of this field right now is just has gained quite a few positions. And look at that. See, so only 4 cars pitting so far. Mason Harris retired. I don't know what happened there. Did he just retire in the pits? I believe he did. So I'm just going to try to spot what happened to Mason Harris. He retired in the pits. He seemingly was doing okay. And it looks like he put on the medium tires and got out of the pits, and then he retired. that's I have to say I'm a little bit confused there. Not sure what happened to Mason Harris. He had his drive-through there. Must have gotten a penalty or something going into that pit lane and deciding to retire, which means as long as everyone else finishes, they're on for points today. We're using a new point system this season. Top 15 get points. So as of right now, Fallen Monkey is coming home with a single point, and number 1 gets 40 points. So just a bit. Points are a bit more spread out, and but more people get them. You do have to finish the race to get some points, though. So these guys, Mason Harris and Nadav, not getting any points for them on this opening weekend. And right now, yeah, it looks like we're gonna. Everybody who's still in this race is going to be fighting just to, you know, try to get more points rather than just get points at all. Because as long as they finish, they are safe. Built and Matt already getting past Catastrophic and Jamer Mario. And looks like Mivako, A's, and F1 Richie going to be taking those soft tires right up until the end of their life. Dan 990 as well, but he's set for a penalty at the end of this race. Of course, we remember that early race incident. Looks like... IGKX is finally awoken. He was supposed to be on this grid, but he missed the start of this race. He's gonna have to try again next week. Built Matt up into P4. He's looking set for a podium here if those medium tires can last to the end. And that's the trick here. You don't want to push too hard because if you cook them, you have to pit again. And that's really going to put a damper in his race strategy, unless that is the strategy he's going with. But these guys who've pitted already, I believe if they're not on the hard tires like Astunik is, they're going to be struggling quite a bit later in this race. Absolutely... that the medium tire, unless you have a very, very conservative setup, is going to chew through that compound. Any battles going on right now? Looks like Azen's getting very close to F1 Richie, but they're both going to dive into the pits. We're going to see if any of them are going to jump the other. Actually, our top 3 is into the pits, and that should promote Built and Matt up into the lead again. And is Catastrophic actually going to come out very well out of this? Looks like Catastrophic's doing a double medium stop because he's on new mediums. 0 laps old. He's going to have to pit again. Remember, he started the race on those medium tire compounds, so he's not going to be able to go until the end here. But Catastrophic up into P3. A very good strategy from him so far. And they're going to be going side by side with Mivako. Actually, he's going to overtake Mivako before the end of this straight and promote himself up into P2. Yeah, so good strategy from him. Richie, 5 seconds for speeding in the pit. Thank you, Blinn. I have a fan that kind of blocks my view of the TV right where the penalties show up. So I've been missing quite a few of those penalties today, so thank you for that. But yeah, F1 Richie with a penalty there, so that's going to cost him in the end. And it looks like we're going to get a nice little battle brewing up here. Astunik trying to take that podium position back here, as he was in there before his pit stop. And that hard tire, obviously just a little bit slower than the other compounds, which means he dropped just a little bit of time, but he is set to finish this race on that set of tires. He does not have to pit again, barring an incident. Oh, here goes Mivako thinking about it, not going to go. And Astunik, let's see, he's just saving his ERS, or actually he's going to push for it. Is he going to try to get 2 guys in one corner? I don't think he's going to be able to, but Mivako is going to be able to make a move on Catastrophic this time. Goes very deep, does he? No, he doesn't. A very good move. And squeezes Catastrophic wide there, but it's all fair. He had the inside line, and there he goes into P2, and looks like Catastrophic now is going to have to battle this Nuke, trying to go around the outside. That's a brave move there, and Catastrophic shuts the door, says no, as Nuke has to get off the throttle there to avoid a crash, but very good racing from these two, and we're going to ride on board with Astunik now as he's going back at him again. I think he's going to save here. He's going to go and try to mount a move on. He's got 3 straights in a row, and that's the thing about this track. You get 3 amazing overtaking opportunities in a row, and if you don't get it done in that span, then I don't know what to tell you. You gotta change your setup or something. Because yeah, look at that, 3 hard braking zones. That's number 1 right here into turn 1. And here goes the student, and he gets a wonderful exit here. He's going to open his DRS. He's going to go down the inside. Catastrophic, not going very defensive here, but he does have the grip advantage. And as they get close, oh, they almost touch wheels. And into the corner, side by side, is Catastrophic's going to get squeezed again. And 2 laps in a row. He gets pushed to the outside there, gets very close, so he's going to get on the grass. That's a poorly timed move, but here goes F1 Richie down the inside of Astunic. Astunic goes for the switchback, and he gets the position. That was a brave move from F1 Richie, just couldn't get the braking point nailed. Oh, and they're going to touch. F1 Richie's going to try to squeeze it down the inside, and he's going to spin out. Astunic spin himself out as well. Catastrophic gets the free position. The good news for Astunic is that there wasn't that many people close to him. Looks like only Azen's going to gain a lot of time out of that. And Astunic dropping into P4, but with that pace, I don't think he's going to have any problem catching up to Catastrophic again. He's just got to keep his head down. It does look like he was able to get on the grass soon enough, didn't spin too much, so his tires shouldn't be flat spotted or anything. Good recovery there from the student. Got right back onto the track and started again in no time. He just has to be careful for Azen now. He was looking so good, and F1 Richie trying to stick his nose in there. Luckily for both drivers, doesn't seem to be any contact. Catastrophic did a great job avoiding that. But yeah, here we go. Still kind of confused on what happened to Mason Harris. I hope that we're going to be able to at least hear from him in the chat. Yeah, I'm still quite perplexed by that, but yeah, Astunic, P4 right now. He's going to have to catch. He's already taken a solid second out of Catastrophic in just a lap, so really making those tires work. I think Catastrophic might be struggling a little bit on these mediums. It is possible, I think actually it is, this set of mediums that he used in qualifying, so very likely that these guys already have wear. We already see a little bit of graining on the right front there, so might be struggling here. Oh, and actually I just noticed he isn't on 0 lap old mediums. I think these are the tires he started the race on, because I just noticed that this tire graphic hasn't updated from 0 laps in a very long time. And yeah, look at that, he hasn't stopped. So this is why actually he's losing time to the student, because that he's still on he's on 19 plus quali lap old tires. So yeah, that's no wonder. It was driving me a little bit nuts there, trying to figure out how those tires were always fresh. But here we go. So position changed out. Everyone's basically done a stop. Catastrophic up 9. He still has to stop. He's the only one. Astunic kind of flush here with his position. He's down where he started, all the way up into P2 at times, though. Bilton Matt and Mivako both up a spot from where they started, thanks to Mason Harris retiring. And Azen up 3 positions. He's having quite a great race. Joseph Cozy down in 7 places, but do remember he can go to the end, and he has kind of closed that gap to the rest of that field there. He's down into P12. And Astunic already under pressure from Azen, and yeah, I think Azen's actually going to be able to get close to this AlphaTauri before oh, that was weird. Oh yeah, there he goes down the inside, Azen in that McLaren, and trying for the switchback, but does not get the power down in time. He's going to have to do it down the straight. He does get DRS here because Azen overtook him before the detection point, and that's going to help him. Yeah, he's going to get right back ahead of the McLaren. Azen not ready to give up. Is he going to get squeezed out? No, he's not. I think they made a little bit of contact. We saw that AlphaTauri swerve just a little bit. Here comes Azen down the inside. Oh, they're going to switch again. That was a brave move from ISRL Astunic, going from the outside and diving down the inside here, and but Azen stays ahead. Astunic not willing to give that position up after what happened with F1 Richie, going very, very defensive there, but some great racing so far. And Josh, I don't know, I've been trying to figure out the same thing. He went into the pits and then he retired, but there's no damage or anything, and he was running quite well. He was up into P5 or P6, so maybe took a penalty into the pits, and that was or something like that, and retired out of frustration. But we're gonna have to ask him. Oh, here goes Stunik again. No, he's gonna think better of it. And even though he gets the fastest sector 3, sector 1, purple sector 1 there, he's on a great lap so far. Not able to get past Azen. I think he's going to be able to do it here. Oh, baits the move to the outside. Azen goes to block, and he sends it right down the inside. Hugs that curb there. He's going to compromise his exit just a little bit. Azen going very, very aggressive with the overtake here. And obviously he has that grip advantage, but Azen might not be actually able to make it to the end. We're going to have to wait and see here as Stunik just trying to fall back here, regroup himself. That was a very good effort, but you don't want to be doing this lap after lap, because then you just go right through your tires. You just start chewing through them. Here goes Catastrophic for his pit stop. We're going to see where he shoots out. Azen, and this kind of just unblocks Azen, F1 Richie, and Stunik into a battle for the podium here. And if Bilton Matt does have to pit again, this could actually be turning into a battle for second place, and they don't even know it yet. Here goes F1 Richie around Stunik again. The last, oh, look at this. Oh, it's going to go 3 wide down into turn 1 as both Stunik trying to make a move on Azen and F1 Richie trying to make a move on Stunik, going very deep there. They make a little bit of contact. Looks like everybody got off scot-free. I don't see any front wing damage. Didn't see any bits flying off the cars. And through all that, because Azen kind of got pushed wide there from Richie and Stunik sticking their noses, Azen drops into P4. Stunik retakes his podium. Great battle from these guys so far. Mivako now, he's behind Bilton Matt by 2.2 seconds, but he's got Joseph Cozy for company, I believe. Or actually, no, that might be Hartman. That is Hartman. So Hartman, back marker right now. He's where he started. Didn't lose any positions, but going to be not giving any DRS to Mivako. That's going to hurt Mivako in the long run. Stunik getting a little bit of grass there. We just saw a puff of dirt. As we go, Azen taking a time penalty here. It would be very useful if they could add a detail here for time penalties, wouldn't it? Right? Am I the only one who wants this? Like, that would be super useful. Oh, there goes Catastrophic on Chilmo into turn 1. And good move from him. We saw him just kind of lunge down the inside, but Chilmo not ready to give up. Chilmo also on the hard tires. And Catastrophic, oh, that's a bold call there. He's going to try to make those soft tires last 13 laps. And he's going to have the absolute pace of gods here in these final laps, because yeah, he's on the freshest and most grippiest tire, and he's definitely going to be able to make those last until the end. He saved those from qualifying. They're fresh. And I don't think Synchro is going to be able to hold him back too much. Stunik, though, having an absolutely fantastic race so far. Look at that. He's already kind of starting to put his gap to Azen, but he needs to be careful with that ERS. Azen with almost half a battery left, whereas the Stunik was just from fighting to get back into third place. Down to 20%. F1 Richie as well with a lot of VRS. So as Stunik, he might be in third, but he's kind of a sitting duck to these guys right now if he doesn't start saving, because they're just gonna get past him, and then they're gonna use overtake to get away from him, and he's not gonna be able to catch up. So he has to be careful here not to compromise his race too much. Still using overtake though. I'm sure he knows that he's running low. So I would not be surprised to see him kind of lay off and decrease the pace here for a few laps. Catastrophic getting past Synchro trying to fight back, but you just cannot compete against a fresh set of softs, especially on hard tires. Like Synchro has 11 lap old hard tires as well. Fallen Monkeys making 18 lap old hard tires work. I don't know how Joe Dimas and Hartman are still on these tires. Okay, they're not on these tires. No, they are. They are on softs. How? They cannot be on 23 lap old softs, can they? They might be. Well, we're gonna find out. Goes Jamer Mario on Chilmo as well. As Chilmo dives back into the pits, I think he's tired of these hard tires. He's going to put sauce until the end. Is that a little bit of front wing damage I see on Chilmo? Sorry, I'm getting lost in my menus here. We're going to see later. Stunik still defending. This is the battle that I think we're going to be tuning in for the rest of the race here. There goes F1 Richie down the inside of Azen again. We've seen him do quite a couple very bold moves, and Azen getting into the gravel there, spinning the car around. I did not see any contact from F1 Richie, but he's been quite aggressive so far this race. The stewards are definitely going to have to look at that. Yeah, I do believe it is a glitch, because I don't think the mediums can last that long, but it is quite annoying to not know what tires they're on, but I'm sure that'll get patched eventually, like in 2022. It's not like it's been in the game for a couple of years now, has it? F1 Richie about to drop out of range, actually. The DRS range, he still has it. He's going to catch up here, but Stunek, I guess in part thanks to F1 Richie here, who's first he turned his Stunek around, and then he turned Azen around, so I guess it kind of washed up this battle, and Azen is right back to where he was when these guys were first battling. And we're going to have to see if he does it again here. He's getting close, but I think Stunek just has more pace here through this slow section of the racetrack. Oh, I see a gap in the back here. Looks like Dan is trying to make a move on his teammate. And is that, yeah, Bilton Matt pits. Bilton Matt pits out of the lead. Dan not close enough to make his move here. But Bilton Matt's going to go on the soft compound tire. Mivako, who's on the mediums, he's going to try, I guess, to make it to the end here. It's going to be interesting. He did put his set of mediums on much later than Bilton Matt, as Stunek and F1 Richie both get past Bilton Matt, but he's coming out of the pits right now, so they're only going to have about a second or so to him by the end of the lap. We see that Williams already right in the back. So Bilton Matt, I don't think it's going to be too much work for him to get past these two. Probably just a matter of a lap or two, but catching up to Mivako is going to be a whole other story. 13-second gap there from second place to first, and Bilton Matt still a few seconds behind that. F1 Richie, though, not ready to give up. He's getting a lot closer to Stunek. Lap after lap, I thought he was going to start dropping out of his DRS range. He was at 0.8 there for a bit, but managing to fight back. Although I did also say that Stunek was going to start conserving. It looks like that's what's happening, because Stunek conserving his battery just a little bit, while F1 Richie still pushing quite hard, and they're about to start mashing in terms of how much ERS they have. So I guess the biggest worry for them would be this guy with 90% ERS. Bilton Matt doing a great job saving there, and I think he might be going for fastest lap as well soon there, because with those soft tires on, nobody's going to have the pace to match up to him. Catastrophic as well, getting a very good race so far. He's up into P6, and it looks like that's where he's going to stay. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Azen in the time we have left, but we're going to have to see. I'm seeing a lot of penalty getting triggered there at the bottom, so I think whatever happens at this at the end of this race, I can't help but feel like it's the final results at the line will not be the final results at the others. Oh, and there goes F1 Richie getting down the inside. Bilton Matt trying to go around the outside, and they touch wheels. F1 Richie getting a little bit loose there, and showing he's not afraid to stick his elbows out, maybe just a little bit too much at times. Bilton Matt getting a little bit of gravel, and that's going to let F1 Richie go back down the inside of him, and again they're going to touch wheels. F1 Richie is going to force Bilton Matt wide, not playing nice at all. One second, I'm just answering a... There you go. Sorry, someone was asking me when our other races were. There you go. And F1 Richie keeping Bilton Matt behind him here, but with DRS, actually, is he going to go for it? Yeah, he is going to go for it. Bilton Matt not wasting any time with these guys. Down the inside, and they're going to make contact again. F1 Richie not playing nice. I don't think there's any damage there. I hope there's no damage for Bilton Matt. Actually, I do see a tiny bit of front wing gone, I think. Yeah, or that might just be the shadows. But It might just have been the shadows there. Built Matt getting into P3 here. And all that's done here, look at that. Estunik 1.3 seconds ahead, which means he gets at least a lap there with Built Matt out of his DRS range. And that should buy him just a little bit of time here. Who's out in the pits? That's the deck down into P12. He's not going to drop too much further down. And I saw a yellow flag somewhere, and I'm not sure where it was. Oh, that might have been Joe Dimas pitting. Yeah, I think he triggered that yellow flag in the pit entry. Good news for Fallen Monkeys, who's going to overtake his teammate here in the pits. And Built Matt actually already getting back into the DRS range of Estunik, 0.5 back, so Estunik doing a great job at getting himself onto the podium. I don't think it's going to be any match for the soft tire compound and the speed of Built Matt, and there he goes down the inside, and Estunik just being smart about this one, not putting too much of a fight. I think he knew it was coming, and he's more worried about F1 Richie behind him. Shilmo with another time penalty. Getting a lot of those so far. Fastest lap here for Built Matt. That's a 106.7. Very good lap time here. Let's look at the fastest lap. And oh, Chilmo had it before actually with the 106.9, but Built Matt getting 106.7, taking that fastest lap point away from Chilmo. Estunik doing a great job. I hate how whenever you hit the analog now, because you can look backward, it switches cameras. Very annoying. I'll show you. Look, I'm on a Mercedes apparently. But yeah, it's kind of funky. 1 second. I'm trying to send some messages for Tier 1 at the same time as commentating, because Tier 1 is later. Yes, that is true. We got Tier 2 right after this. 4 laps left here, and then at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so in 52 minutes, Tier 2 starting. Obviously, very short race here with the Austrian Grand Prix. And then after that, in 2 hours and 52 minutes at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Tier 1 is starting. I'll be racing in that one, and we're going to get Fallen Monkeys and I believe Estunik as our commentators for Tier 2. Noah, aka IGKX, and Balloon Machine as our commentators for Tier 1. So it's going to be quite a diverse afternoon. So if my voice annoys you and you just can't wait to stop hearing it, then do not worry, I'm not there for the other races. Also, more than one commentator, which is always great, because it starts to run out of stuff to talk about. Let's switch back to the intervals here. And Estunik still in DRS range, and look at that, this has helped Estunik greatly here, getting almost 3 seconds away from F1 Richie, just using Built Matt as kind of a vacuum here, giving him a lot of suck, and getting him away from that Ferrari behind him. 3 second is the gap, so I don't think, and Estunik is still lapping very fast, only 0.2 away from his fastest time, so those hard tires are still holding up very, very well. Vito, I don't know if you heard that. I know I just said it, but Monkeys and I believe Estunik or Carter are going to be commentating Tier 2, so not me. I'm going to be watching and practicing. 3 laps to go here. Looks like all the gaps have kind of spread out more or less evenly. No hard battles, nobody in DRS range of each other, but we still have penalties to contend with, and boy, there has been a lot of them. Lots and lots of penalties this race. Obviously, strict corner cutting, which means you know, you go a little bit wide, especially on this track where the track limits are extremely strict. You go a little bit wide, you take a warning. It's very easy to get a single penalty in a single lap. You know, especially you take a warning right here, take one at turn 1, and then you take one coming out of turn 4, and boom, you got yourself a penalty. So it's no surprise that we're seeing a lot of penalties pop up at the bottom here. I just wonder if they're going to be distributed evenly, or if we're going to see any people kind of getting demoted out of good finishing positions because they've gone wide a couple times. I know in our Formula Friday series, a 25% race, somebody took 18 seconds of penalties in that race, and this is double the distance. So very likely that we're going to see some guys dropping, you know, finishing in that top 5, but maybe even dropping out of the top 10 because those gaps are only about a penalty or 2 penalties each in between. So you take a couple more than the guy behind you, and you find yourself dropping through the order quite quickly. 2.7 seconds now, the gap from Azunik to Bilton Matt, so he is definitely not going to be catching up, but also keeping F1 Richie at bay. Jamer Mario and Dan 990 in the Renaults in the top 10 as well. So good result from the Renaults if they can keep it this way. As our leader, I believe, yeah, so he's on lap 35 out of 36. 2 laps to go right here. But I do have to say, since we're nearing the end here, assuming that this doesn't change too much, Mivako was an absolutely great race to take his first win here in Tier 3. He had a competitive season last season, but I don't believe he took any wins, so very good for him to start strong here. Bilton Matt, our academy driver, getting promoted and already showing strong signs of pace here with what looks like a second place finish so far. As Stunik dropping down from Tier 1, he wanted to win a constructor's title, he wanted to win some races. He's done a very good job getting himself onto the podium here. He's in P3. And F1 Richie in his ISRL debut. Couple of, I would say, not reckless, but tiptoeing the line on a couple of incidents here. Some very aggressive driving at times, but he's kept it clean for most of the day. And the incidents that did kind of hurt other people weren't too bad. Azen in P5, he's looking pretty strong here in that McLaren. Of course, he did kind of have a has-been. Would probably be battling for the podium without it, which leaves me to think F1 Richie's probably going to be end up with a post-race penalty here. Especially since he was involved in 2 incidents today. Catastrophic with a good tire strategy here to get himself up into P6, and Synchro as well with a solid race in the Haas here, taking that car into what looks like a P7. And Cozy, after that initial incident with Dan, managing to get that Red Bull all the way back into 10th. So absolutely great race from the best of the rest champ from last season. And Chilmo, he was very strong early. I think that hard tire just wasn't working for him. He had to pit again, and as a result, drop down, and there it is. Mivako wins the race. I did not know he had that big of a lead. There goes Bilton Matt in second place. Stunik taking home third. So Mivako first W of this ISRL Season 3. There's 18 rounds here, so every win every race is going to be very important to be very consistent through the season. F1 Richie in 4th. Azen in 5th after not taking nearly as many penalties. Look at that. He closed up about a 7-second gap to the guys ahead just by keeping it clean. Synchro in 7th. Catastrophic in 6th. And Jamer Mario, Dan's actually going to jump Synchro here, but I think that's probably going to change at the end of this race after that turn 1 incident. Jamer Mario in 9th. And is Cozy going to jump anybody at the end here? No, he's going to cross in 10th. And that means Chilmo, P11. There it is. So, that was it. Austrian Grand Prix Tier 3. It's in the books. Chilmo is the one we're going to be looking at right here, but Mivako is the winner. Catastrophic getting the in-game driver of the day. A lot of positions gained on that race strategy. So, absolutely, I do think he deserves it. And we're going to see it. Nice podium celebration there. And Mivako with the first win of the season, getting himself a nice 40 points. Built Matt with 31 right behind him, since he did get the fastest lap, and Astunic with a solid, I believe, 25 points for third place. If you want to read our full point system, you just got to join our Discord. It's posted in there somewhere. But yeah, we're operating on a new point system here just to encourage finishing races and battling throughout the field. And this was our first race with it, and Catastrophic not taking a single penalty. Absolutely amazing there. Yeah, Mivako, Built, and Matt Astunic, that's your podium. These guys, they started strong, they finished strong. Great race from them. Catastrophic 12th to 6th, and Jamie Mario 17th to 9th. So absolutely excellent from all of these drivers. We will see you in... Let me pull out my phone here. I want to give you the exact time. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. We're going to get Tier 2 live here on ISRL Esports. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this video if you haven't already. Thank you, everybody who's tuned into the stream. It means a lot to have such big numbers of viewers here early in the season. I think we're up to like 27 or 28 here at times. So thank you so much if you've tuned in. Make sure to go like all your social media, because that's where we're going to post our stream links. And if you don't want to miss a race, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to try to get a driver in here, so sorry if the screen cuts there temporarily. Just try to get some post-race interviews going. Let's get, there you go, Podium Man's up in here. Where's my buddy Mivako? There he is. There you go. All right, so let's see if anybody joins. We're just going to do a quick post-race interview with these guys now. Yeah, good race from everybody. Obviously, it's the first race of the season. There's not many storylines or anything to talk about, but we do have a driver in our party right now. 2 of them, in fact. So we're going to start with... oh, actually, all 3 of them joined. Awesome. We're going to start with our winner then. Mivako, can you hear me? It's not where I want to go. I want to go right here. Mivako, are you there? All right, we're just gonna move over to Built and Matt for a second here. Built, are you there?
I am, mate. Thank you. All
right, awesome. I'm just gonna. Can you check if we can hear him?
Okay.
No, there you go. Mivako will get right back to you in a second. But yeah, great race from all 3 of you. That was some intense battling up and down the field. Bilton, you went on that medium tire compound very early. You had to pit again for softs. Was that the plan from the get-go?
Yeah, it was. But I just felt the tyres going a bit early in the first stint, so I thought I went on the mediums a bit earlier than I'd like to, and I went for the 2-stop in the end, which just didn't have enough pace to catch me back up, but really enjoyed that.
Yeah, a solid P2 for your first race in ISRL. That's going to get you some good points for the championship. Now, what car were you in again? I'm blanking
Williams.
Here. Williams, that's right. Yeah, so solid race from you. So far you had some good pace. Got the fastest lap as well. Mason Harris got the jump start on you, I believe, off the start, and you had a solid start after that. Was there any point in this race where you thought you were going to win this?
Yeah, Mason's jump start threw me a little bit. I sort of thought I went with him, but I obviously held back and went down to P3. But after that, solid race, a couple of good overtakes, very good clean racing was that. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome, absolutely. Mivako, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, big win for you.
Yes, of course.
Tell us about it.
So in the end of the start, I saw that there was a jump start from P1 and P3. It was Bill Tomat. He had a very slow getaway, so I immediately take P2, and I've done it just to start to manage my tire. After the first pit stop, I saw that Bill Tomat was very fast on the second stint, but he has assessed 6-second penalty. And I have 3. If I went in the 3-second gap, I know I get a win. So that's my race, just managing tires. And
yeah, you were out front a lot, not really anybody close to you at any point in the race. Was it did you have a boring race? Still entertaining? We didn't really see you in any battles today here.
No, but no, it was no really some overtakes that I need to make, but there's one overtake after pit stop. I get sandwiched by, I think it was Istunik and some other guy, and I need to go for it because Istunik was really fast on the medium tires. This was my first overtake of the race today.
Yeah, great start to the season for you. After a weekend like that, how do you go into race 2?
I just gonna keep managing my momentum and go and fight for every podium and place that I can fight for.
Yeah, absolutely. But great race for you. Thank you for tuning in to the interview here. We're gonna move to Billy Istunik.
Going on.
Yeah, so podium for you. You said you want to drop down into Tier 3 because you wanted to win the Constructors. You want to get some podium places. Are you happy with that first race?
Honestly, no. There was more. There was more left out there. I had an incident. I gotta take a look at it.
F1 Richie.
Yes, and then there was a spot. I believe it was me and Azen going into turn 3. He was on the. It was a lot of needless contact, but it was a hard fought one. I made the strategy call to go set it to the mediums. I saw how everybody was struggling on the softs, and I went, you know what? The only way to do this is try and pace it with the hards, and luckily it paid out. That was intense racing though. I've never had to defend so hard in my life. I really haven't.
Yeah, you were on our cameras quite a bit there. I think every single crazy moment of this race had you somewhere in the middle. But despite that little spin there after an incident with F1 Richie, you kind of got the car right back on track, got your head down, kept going. What was going through your mind then?
Oh, just bring it home. It's a long season. This is the exact opposite of what we faced last season with 7. We got 18, so it's all about points, and it's all about consistency, and it's all about just getting the points in there and make sure the hard tires felt great, to be honest. I thought they were gonna take forever to warm up, but they actually came in real quick. It's like, I don't know if it was the air temperature or the track temperature, but they felt great. I was able to keep up with Kata, but he was on a different strategy. I got held up with him, just got pushed back into F1 Richie, which really made that fight happen. But I'm stoked for the rest of the year, I really am.
Yeah, it looked like it was a great defense from you for one. That looked like a very entertaining race to be a part of. But yeah, that was your podium sitters there. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for everyone who tuned in here. We're gonna cut the stream now. We're gonna be back in, I believe, just over half an hour there with the Tier 2 Grand Prix, still in Austria here. Just with a different grid of drivers. So we're going to see you then. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in 30 minutes.